Hello dear students. In the previous class we learned about separation of substances and about some of the properties of substances. Now today we are going to learn about some changes around us. You see, if you look around your surroundings, we can observe so many changes. Daily there will be some changes or the other around us. Your mother cooks different varieties of food. Okay, every day the food changes. Okay, do you eat same type of food every day? No, most of the days mama will be preparing different varieties. People like changes. Okay, do you like same type of food? Usually we don't like anything. When it is becoming routine or it becomes monotonous, we say it will become little boring. So change is a must. Okay, every day if you do same things, every day if you eat the same thing, if you speak the same thing, you see the same thing, it will be little bit boring. So change is a need. Okay, we need change. And if you observe around us, you can see lots of changes taking place around us. Your teachers changes, your classes changes, your books changes, your thinking changes. Okay, your taste. Some children in the beginning they like lots of sweet, and then later on when they grow up little bit they don't like sweet, they like spicy food. Okay, it's like that. Many things, your behavior changes. Okay, so change is a part of our life. Now all the things around us, they have some properties. They have some states, they have color, shape, they will be having some size. Like that, if you check any object, you have learned about so many properties. Okay, all the materials around us, they have some properties. Even if the things or even the human beings, animals, plants, birds, if you observe them, they all may have some properties. And when we observe them and we observe that some of their properties are different now. Yes, till now whatever properties they had, that is different today. When you observe a different in their properties, we say that they have changed. Do you know, today in the school all the students they came to the school. So when we were observing them, many of them, we felt, oh, many children, many students have grown up, they have gained weight, they have become grown taller, some of them got long hairs, and lots of changes, and the way they were talking, the way they were behaving in the class, everything is changed. Okay, so we say that it has become different, so we say that there is a change. Okay, when you look at the changes means there will be always alteration. That means the shape may be changed, the state may be altered. Altered means it has become different. Color might have changed, the position might have changed. Okay, so if you look around you, I told you there may be so many changes around us. Let us see some of the changes. Can you name some of the changes that occurs or you observe every day? Most of the days it happens in your house or in your surroundings. See, I make everyday curd at home. How do we make curd? We boil milk little bit, or we heat it little bit. Warm milk we take, add some 1 spoon of curd into it, stir it well and keep. The next day morning it will be curd. Okay, so formation of curd is a change. The milk is changed into curd. Every day mummy cooks food at home. Yes, so that is also a change. The ingredients of food is changed into one food item. Now while taking bath, we wash our clothes. Washing clothes, when it is dry and then we wash it, there is a change. After washing we dry it, again there is a change. Okay. Um, Now you start studying something, you start writing something, you are making a change in the notebook. Okay, that means when you start writing, the pages may be empty, nothing will be there, but when you start writing, it has changed its color, it may become blue or black or whatever according to the pen you use. There will be lots of letters on it. So these are all changes. Now every day, day, night, see, today there was a great change in the atmosphere. It became very cool, right? We got heavy rains. Yesterday also, from last 2-3 days we are getting heavy rain, so there is a change in the atmosphere, or we can say that the season has changed now. Okay, it was too hot, now it has changed. Okay, so these are also some common changes. You can think of so many changes around you. These are some of the changes that came to my mind. Now, when you look at those changes, some changes we like, and see, for example, today while taking tea, the cup in which I was taking the tea, it fell down and it broke into pieces. It is a change. Okay. Now, while going, while cooking food, it burned completely. The food got burnt. Okay. I brought a mango from the market and kept it on the platform. The next day it got ripened. Okay. It became more sweet. So there are so many changes. Some of the changes we don't like. For example, today when we changed the classes of some students, they did not like the change. Okay, because they were asked to sit with some other class children. So they did not like. So some of the changes we like and some of the changes we don't like. That is desirable and undesirable changes. Okay, desirable means what we like, what is good for us. There are some changes which are beneficial for us. Beneficial means which will do good to you. Okay, or it is good changes for us, and some changes are non-beneficial for us, or it will be harmful to us. Okay, for example, the cup fell down and broke. That is it a good change? It is not at all a good change. It is a harmful change. It spoiled, it got damaged. Okay, that is not a good change. I was writing something, but there was no electricity, so I kept a candle there, and so many of my papers were there. So by mistake, when the table got moved, the candle fell on the paper, all the paper got burnt. So is it a good change or a beneficial change? No. So some of the changes are harmful changes and some of them are beneficial changes. Which type of changes would you prefer? Would you like to have? Would you like to have harmful changes? Usually no. Okay. What we do is, when there is a beneficial change, we will encourage such changes. For example, I told you ripening of mangoes. If you know that if you keep like this, the mangoes will ripen, it will become sweet, more sweet and good. So naturally you will keep there and you will prefer to have that change. Okay. Now today when you went home, mummy was preparing something very sweet, very good dish she was preparing. So would you like that change or not? Would you go and encourage her, okay mummy, you prepare it faster, I will help you, can I help you this way or that way? You will be encouraging her to do that work faster, and repeatedly you would like to have that changes. Okay. But I told you some changes like tearing of the clothes or burning of something, these all changes are not liked by us, or they are not good for us, or they are harmful to us. So such changes, what we will do? we will try to stop them, or we will try to avoid such changes. So, harmful changes people usually don't like, so they will try to avoid it or stop it because it can be very harmful to us. Okay. Now, if you observe these changes that occurs in our surroundings, there will be some reasons why do these changes occur. Sometimes some of the changes occur we don't know. It occurs, we feel that it occurs naturally, we are not doing anything. For example, I told you, we kept, even if you don't keep it, if it is there on the tree, the mango will get ripened, it will become sweet. Now if you see the flowers, the buds will be today, if you see some buds, tomorrow they will turn into flowers, that means blooming of flowers. This all we don't do anything, but that all occurs naturally. But some changes, for example, I told you making of curd, that change we have brought. Okay, drying of clothes, we are doing it. Okay, or if you take water and boil it and convert it into water vapor, or you keep it in the freezer and make it to ice, these all changes we are bringing. And there are some reasons for that, means some causes are there. You keep it in the light, or you give light to it, or you give heat to it, or sometimes when you keep 2-3 things together, you combine them, that means some reactions are taking place. Like that, when there is some cause or some reasons for the reactions or the changes around us, we call them the causes. Okay. Usually light, heat, or the reactions, all these are cause for the changes. Now we discussed about many changes that takes place around us, and is it limited there? No, there are so many changes that takes place around us. Now when we have to learn about the changes, as we learned about substances, we classified them. Okay. Similarly, the changes that occurs around us, changes that occur around us, also need to classify when you have to study about them in detail. Okay. Now this classification is based on different properties or based on different criteria. Now if a particular change occurs, sometimes when the changes will be there, after some time that objects or whatever change occurs, it gets or it go back to the original position. Okay. For example, if you take a rubber band, children usually play with a rubber band, right? So when you stretch it, it becomes longer, you leave it, it comes to the original position. Okay. That is a change which happens only for some times. Okay. It is not a permanent change that if you stretch it, it will remain there, you leave it, it will come back to its original form. So that means it came back to original form, or it is reversed. Okay. So such changes, based on the changes based on if they can be reversed or not. The changes can be divided into two groups. The first group is reversible change. What is the word? Reversible change. Reversible. See, usually this word is very much familiar to children. Car, when you start driving, we means, or when it is going, when you go for parking, you say take reverse. Reverse means go back to the position. Okay. So going back is called reverse. Okay. So the changes which are temporary, only for sometimes it happens, and you can bring back to the original condition wherever it was. You can go back to the original position, and there will be no change in their properties, and no new substance will be formed. Only there may be some change in the shape or size or the way you see it, the appearance that may be changed. Okay, maybe sometimes the color also change and it will come back to the original color. Okay, such changes are called reversible change. Now, if you take a glass and fill it with water and keep it in the fridge, naturally you know what happens to it, it changes into ice. What happened to the, what changes are, can you observe? Water was in liquid form, it has no color, but when you make ice, it will have a slight white color like that. It became solid and too cold it has become. Okay, so much of changes you can observe, and you can hold it in your hand because it is solid in shape, but it is not easy to hold ice in your hand. But if you take that ice and that glass you take out and keep it in the sunlight for some time, it will come back to its original form. Okay, that is, it will become water. Similarly, if you take a piece of paper and fold it and make a frog or an aeroplane, usually we do such things, right? Anything you like you make, after sometimes you felt that no, now I don't want, you can open it and keep it as it is. Okay. See, there is a big reversible change taking place in our nature, that is water cycle. You have already learned it in 5th standard, that is the water on the surface of the earth, due to the heat of the sun, what happens? It turns into water vapor, and this water vapor, it goes up because of heat, it becomes lighter, it goes up with the air, hot air, it goes up and up and up, and then they form cloud there, and when the cloud becomes heavier, they cools down and form water again. So this is water, water vapor, water. So this change is again an example of reversible change. Now sometimes have you seen when mama tried to prepare rotis, she makes some balls of the duff, it is called duff. Okay, she makes some balls and she keep it there and she starts rolling it to make chapatis. Sometimes that when you roll, it won't come in proper shape or due to any reason, or if it breaks, what she will do, she will take it again, roll it again, she will press it again and will make to ball again. Okay, so that all are reversible changes. Now another change is opposite of reversible change, that is irreversible change. What is an irreversible change? A change which cannot be brought back to the original form, or which is a permanent change. Once it is changed, now you cannot go back. Such changes are called irreversible change. Now if you look at yourself, when you were born, you were very small baby. Okay, now you are in 6th standard, you are grown up. Now today if you think, no, I want to sit, I don't want to study and all, I let me very small baby who will be taken care by all at home, we want to be small babies again. Can you go back into your baby state? No. Okay, so your growth is an irreversible change, which is a permanent change. Okay, everybody, they like to go back into their childhood, means infant stage, very small. You are children, but still you are in 6th standard. You may feel sometimes, no, if I was not coming to school, if I was 3-year-old, mummy will be taking care of always me only, I will get everything that I want, right? So some children, they feel, and some children want to grow fast. I want to grow so that I can take care of everybody. Okay, so growth is an irreversible change. See, in irreversible changes, what happened? The original substance, once it has changed, it will not go back. You will not get back the original substance. For example, in reversible change, we folded the paper and we could go back to the paper. But if you take the paper and burn it, once you burn, you get powder formed, ashes you get. Now if you sit with that ashes and do whatever possible, can you get the paper back? Not possible. Similarly, when Mama prepared the balls with the duff and rolled into roti, but when it was not proper, she could go back and make the ball again. But if she cooked the rotis, okay, then can she bring back to original form, to the duff? No. Once you cook, you cannot. So cooking is an irreversible change. You cannot bring it back to the original form. Now if a mango, we were talking about mango, so if you bring a mango, it has ripened, okay, and you say that no, I want the unripe mango, is it possible? No. So growth, as we discussed, growth, all these are irreversible changes. That means the changes which cannot be taken back, okay. The which changes are permanent. Properties of the substances also will change. Original substance cannot be brought back. Always new substances will be formed with new properties. Such changes are called irreversible. So all the changes around us can be broadly divided into two groups. They are reversible change and irreversible change. So today we learned about what are changes, what are the causes of changes, now whether the changes are beneficial for us or not, and then we learned one way of grouping changes, that is reversible and irreversible changes, and also we learned about their examples and how it occurs. Their means how do you classify them, what are the criteria, okay. In the next class, we will learn about some more ways of classifying or naming the changes. That's all for today. Thank you.